Good evening, John.
Good evening, Gar. How are you?
Oh, look, I'm not blue anymore.
Oh, I know. Look, there you are.
You've gone blue now.
Huh?
I'm only kidding.
I got just getting my ghost stories right there for later on.
And have you got good ones there?
I don't. They are tidy ones actually. We got two short ones and one long one.
Oh, good.
So we got three again. Very lucky again today, this week.
Excellent.
But it's more now. We lucky, right? We lucky that we're like I'm on this Facebook site. There's loads of them. I didn't realize how many there are. But there's some not very good. There's some not very good stories in them. There's some then very good ones, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who make it up, see, won't they? You know.
But, of course, and the thing is, you can. Some of them, not all of them, right? Because I've probably read a few out that people have made up, but some of them are so bad, right?
Yeah.
That you're like an hand come through the window and things. I guess you could just say, right, you've made that one up, you know.
Yeah, you can tell.
But yeah, so you can. It becomes like farcical, and if you start reading them out, you know.
Yeah, I seen that film, The Haunting of Magnum Castle. Oh, it's rubbish.
No, yeah. I wanted to see it, but so many people were saying to me it was going to be rubbish. It was, you know, that it was like, you know, but it was bad with it.
Oh, terrible. It was, it's more scary when I look in the mirror, you know, than
I could see what you're saying.
Yeah, no, it was terrible. It was really shocking. The acting
you know,
was terrible.
I reckon that with the you know, like what they say in ghostwriters, you know what they are, don't you? It's something will do the actual. I reckon, right, is if a few of us was to explain, you know, the Magnum to these people, a good ghostwriter then, and I don't mean, you know what I mean by ghostwriter, we'll write down what you say, but elaborate on it and things like that. I reckon we could get a good ghost story out in Magnum, actually, but
definitely.
You know, it would have to involve the locals then, you know.
Yeah. So I see you've had your house decorated.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm over the moon with this now, right? We've had the like the French doors put in, and we decorated the walls and we had put the floor down today, and it's looking beautiful. Well, I'll send some photos in to show you all for next week.
Next week.
Because we're absolutely over the moon with it. I got a lovely tip through my friend said that he put the floor down. You know, when you got to furniture and obviously you like to push your furniture all over the floor rather than pick it all up like that, right? So all you need to do is get bits of carpet, turn it upside down so the fluffy bits there, and put circles of it on the feet of your settee and that.
Yeah.
Works perfectly. It's beautiful. And then, you know, it's so easy to move the furniture around then, you know?
You can also get felt circles.
Yeah, that's what you can buy them, can you? But apparently the upside down part of the, you know, like the carpet, if you put the carpet upside down, it's so like smooth. It's like probably the felt things that you were talking about are easy, mind.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, so I'm really pleased at this though. It's the best this room has ever looked, to be fair. It's, you know,
so
when
what have you got on the wall behind you then? Is that wallpaper or paint?
It's wallpaper.
They look lovely, don't it?
Honest to God, my mate done this, right? The wallpaper, and he's done a fantastic job, right? You know, unless you take the mortar off up here and replaster everywhere, you've got to put wallpaper on. The walls are not very good, you know. So our kitchen out there has been redone. The hallway out there is still Artex, to tell you the truth. There's a big area to go and blinking plaster, so that gets painted. There's only a few rooms though. All the bedrooms got to be papered, and the dining room next door got to be papered.
So, something I learned about Artex, it's got asbestos in it.
I know. The only thing is, I know that it's some types of, but you know, as long as you leave it alone.
Yeah,
you know, don't scrape in it. It's going to be okay. Like, you know, same as any Artex. If it's wool, it's going to be okay.
But
it's when it's when you start breaking it up is a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, like I done a bit of a health and safety course the other day, my new job where I started, but I didn't know that Arctics contained asbestos, you know. But
I
yeah,
think the early ones did, didn't it?
the early one, yeah.
The early ones did, and then they've changed it. And I remember when they were doing the kitchen, I think they had to test the Artex that to make sure which type it was, you know.
Yeah.
But it's like, but you know, around here we won't mention any names, but there's people across the way over there that's been putting asbestos down their tip for years and years and years.
Yeah, that's right. The other one is Marley floor tiles, the square ones.
Oh, aye.
Brown asbestos.
Good golly, I didn't know that either.
I've had a bolster on them and chopped them up like anything.
Do you know, the worst one I saw, it was a woman, a poor lady, had this OCD really, really badly, right?
Yeah.
And she was so bad. You know the outside? You know the outside walls? Do you remember people had them years ago? They were like on top of your wall, on top of the outside wall, right? Then you'd have a big block about what's that? About 4 inches high, 4 inches across, with all a little pattern in the middle of them.
Yeah.
And then you'd have you know them, right? When she'd be cleaning them, right? But I seen her once, and she had a wire brush, and she was cleaning the shed roof, and the shed roof was asbestos.
Oh.
Right, and the poor lady, 2.5 years later, she had passed out. She had died, and she died of cancer. But I don't know if it was that type, but I wouldn't have been surprised because she was just scrubbing it. Seeger.
Yeah. Oh, poor thing. Good evening to Kylos, Michael Lewis, George Bond, Sonny Walt, Ronnie Morgan. There's quite a few early ones in here tonight, John.
Oh, there we are.
So it's nice to see you all. And I've got the scratch cards ready.
Have you?
Oh, yeah. Well, so should we have a question for the early ones?
Yeah, have we got oh, sorry, guy. Have we got the questions ready, have you?
I have got questions ready.
There we are, right. Oh, Sonny's in, and Kai, good evening, everybody.
Let's see where the questions are. Right. First question, right? It's going to come up on the screen. It's very posh.
Oh,
First
good
question. Recognized as experts in dog breeds in the United States, what does AKC stand for? What does that stand for?
AKC, is it?
Yeah.
I think I'll know that.
AKC. First one to get it wins the card. AKC. Not Ronnie Morgan, American Kennel Club. Quite right, Ronnie.
Well done, Ronnie.
Good gosh.
Ronnie, awesome Kennel Club, nearly.
Look, American Kennel Club. Right.
Yeah, well done, Ron.
First card is this one. Easy ones. So look. Anything over 25, we split 3 ways. Anything under 25 goes back to the...
Not since the start. We'll have it one day now, and we'll make somebody very happy, I'm sure.
No, 2002. I'd luck on that one.
Oh, unlucky Ron, boy.
Bummer, isn't it? Better. Should we have another one straight away?
Yes, go on, guy.
All right, let's have a look. Right, number 2. Often found at the racetrack, what is the fastest breed of dog? What's the fastest breed of dog? Do you know, John?
I know, guy.
Kylos Phillips, Greyhound.
Indeed. Do you know, Craig Milton said Whippet. I was half and half, but then I thought, no, it's going to be big.
Yeah, so look, the answer, Greyhound. Right, Mr. Phillips. Next one coming out.
And as Gary's wiping that off, if we, because we'll be chatting now after this, anyone got any subjects you'd like to talk about or you'd like to listen about? If we could write down by there, and we'll certainly have a chat about it.
Zilch again. We're not very good on this.
Kyle back.
Nothing. Prize down the bottom. Nothing there either. It's a bummer, isn't it? Hey, what do you think of all this nonsense in Swansea, John?
Oh, hey, do you know what? Right. Of course, we've gone through our younger, gone through that stage of trying to get the aggression out of us. God knows what. Luckily, I had channeled mine. I'd been played rugby and things, I guess, just to get the aggression out of everyone. But what gets me, and I know people say they weren't actually from the area, a lot of them, but why would you want to disrupt? Why do you why would you like to disrupt, and break and damage your own area,
Yeah.
That baffles me. Why would you like to make your own area uglier?
I know, it's bonkers, man.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. But as we finish talking about this, highlight Sonny's question now, so I don't forget. Don't forget to talk about that one, mate.
Well, let's talk about it now.
Yeah. Okay. I can certainly. We've just basically, Sonny. I've forgotten about the subject. Now, I can have it's Patsy's brother. It is. He's written a book. He's very he's very well up on the subject. So it's not just it's not just her brother talking about things so he's written a book. So I'll speak to him this week now and see if he can come on the same way as I'm on here.
Yeah.
And we'll just basically what we'll do then when he's on, we'll just ask him one question, ask him to go, and me and Gary will basically shut up and let him have a go.
Yeah, because America is saying now that they've definitely got proof, haven't they? They're going to release papers soon about UFOs.
I tell you what, right? I watch quite a lot of this ancient aliens on television, and some of them, it's just there's too much evidence for them not to be a guy. There's just too much.
It's like there's loads of technology that can't be explained, from thousands of years ago.
Let me tell you, mate, something, right? Only a minute, right? They reckon, man has been on this Earth, right, for 10,000. And what they reckon, about 10,000 years or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the last 100 years, we've gone from riding a bicycle. No, let's say 100. Keep on thinking 100 years, 1900. So 120 years ago, we were riding a bicycle without any pedals, right?
Yeah.
To being able to fly to the moon.
I know, it's mad, isn't it?
Right. So there's something there that that we haven't been able to we haven't been able to comprehend. There is no way on this earth, I don't think, we've come on our own this far, this quick.
Yeah. The thing I can't get over is them those buildings that carved in the rock in Petra.
Yes, that was on television. It couldn't have been this morning because Michael was here this morning. Must have been yesterday morning, and it's as if a laser has done it.
Yeah, so precise. I mean, there must have been somebody knocked blinking like that, buggered it now and started getting over there. You know? but it's perfect. You know?
But what you're saying is you did right from absolutely perfect. Like you're talking about a millimeter right from this corner to the other corner, and the other corner is something like about 2,000 yards away.
Yeah.
You know, and so it's too precise for the people at that age to be able to do without a shadow of a doubt.
And they didn't have no computers, no calculators, no spirit levels, no begin measuring tapes.
Nothing. But I think the technology they had was absolutely was incredible. You know, they had the technology that has been lost. I think somehow it's been lost, and then it's just been found again, and because believe it or not, right, the Nazis, they found loads of technology, but just as they were losing the war, believe it or not, and then do you know most of the intelligence of the Nazis went over to America, and they only in Nuremberg. Only the people that were of no use to America stood trial. You know what?
I didn't know that.
There are hundreds of Nazis over in America that have led a perfectly good life after the war, basically.
Yeah, because
they are used to them. See?
Yeah, God, that's amazing. Good evening to Daniel Morgan and George Bond.
And quick one with George. I've had to stop fishing, George. No sob stories. You go from one hobby to the next. I'm just unable to do fishing with the state of my hands and my legs and that. So I've had to give it up, George. So I've enjoyed my time. So I suggest you do the same. Enjoy it while you can.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy anything in it because nobody knows how long we're here.
Honest to God, it is, and everything I've done, right? I've enjoyed it. You know. My hobbies and everything that I got, and hopefully I'll have more to come as well. You know, it won't be the end of it, and you never know what you're going to enjoy doing. I never thought, right? Honest to God, when I was doing the fishing and things like this, I never thought that I'd be doing darts as much as I did. But I met, and I genuinely mean this, I met the best friends ever through darts. You know, when it's strange how things will come up and take you on a different path, you know.
Yeah, it is amazing, isn't it? But life is precious, isn't it? People don't realize.
Honest to God, you don't realize until it's gone, until it's taken away. There's a lot of things. Did you see that? Did you see the funeral this week of the lorry drivers?
I did, yeah. Amazing, isn't it?
That was very, very emotional. You know, coming past I was out the front by and I living on the A48. Well, not on it, like by the side of it. but and they were coming past. So I was quite emotional to do something like that for your friends. You know, we must have meant so much to them lorry drivers. You know.
Yeah.
But
another one died this morning.
I know. I read it myself.
So,
I read it. I've lived here for I'm 55, so all I would have said for over 50 years I've lived in Aberystwyth, and that's the only second one I've seen. And I know funerals are not the thing to talk about, but there's 3 types of funerals I've seen which are amazing spectacles and very, very emotional. One is the lorries. One is horses. If somebody from the riding fraternity does pass, loads and loads of horses, and the other one then is the motorbikes. You know.
Yeah, my mate's funeral was big. Apo.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, I don't know him as it happened, but I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he had about 500 motorbikes in his funeral.
It's absolutely incredible, that is, you know.
And
but I do think, and you don't get these very often, right? I've attended one, and I was only 20 when I attended this. Have you ever been to a funeral when it's all walking?
No.
Oh God! I tell you what, that's so emotional. You got the hearse, right? And you got the I don't think you can do it nowadays. I'm not sure. But I know, like, for health and safety and the I don't think we can do it anymore. But you got the Undertaker in front, with his big cane and his top hat or whatever, or the bowler hat, whatever he got, right? And then is the hearse, and then there's a family car, and then everybody else then is walking behind that car. Only once I've ever been involved in that, but you say very emotional that one is.
Yeah. All right, let's have another question then, is it?
Yes, certainly.
Right. Alsatian is another name for what breed of dog? Alsatian is another name for what breed of dog? Who was that? Michael Lewis, Sonny Walt, Daniel Morgan, I think was the first. German Shepherd, and she is correct.
Yeah, well done, Dan. Sonny, Mike.
So we'll look at the answers. Yep, German Shepherd.
Yeah, they're all coming in now, but I think Danielle was first, wasn't she?
Yeah, right. Here's the next one. No, £3 a song, or £3 sign. So.
Oh, there we are. Unlucky again, Dan.
Unlucky. Yeah, we'll have another one now. We'll get him out of the way. Yeah. There's 2 years.
So I can see my mate is on here, right? I just would like to give him a bit of a shout out a minute, right? That's him.
Yeah.
He's Craig Milton now. He has done a charity walk for a poor little girl who's got cancer. And he walked 12 hours non-stop. I don't know if he knows the distance, but he walked around a rugby pitch, he did, right? But for 12 hours non-stop.
Good God.
That is an incredibly hard thing to do. And well done, Craig, mate. That's a fantastic thing you did. And he raised over, I think it was £1,500, Gar.
Good God, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah, excellent.
Well done.
36 miles, fair play.
36 miles. Flippin' heck.
I tell you what, I hurt if I go 36 miles in a car.
It's a long way, isn't it?
We had one. That medals from police service. We had to either give her to the police or put it down. Oh, what up? What are you doing, Mike? You give it to the police, do you? I bet it was, Craig, because it's a long time to do what is, Yeah. With your friends who've done that. I've done a 12-hour darts marathon to friends, and you're sitting down doing that. Sometimes you can have half hour sit down, you can go, but just walk like that, and you're on your own. I know there'll be people with you. Good God!
But round and round, innit?
Yeah.
Potty.
My sister had Alsatian once, right? And my sister Joyce, God bless her, and what a stunning dog it was, right? Sabre, his name was, and he was an amazing dog, absolutely beautiful. But you can get him. He was trained by the police, look, and they sent him photos of Prince winning medals. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it?
Mm.
How they would do that, but have you seen them in action, Guy? Like on these police programs.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Have you seen? It's incredible, mind.
Fit, don't they?
How can it distinguish and not? I don't know whether it's the uniform. Not to bite the other police officers that's about there,
Yeah, I don't know.
No, yeah.
Perhaps they train not to bite black.
Yeah, like uniforms. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't know. Right, let's have another question then.
Go on, Whack.
This one's an easy one. John, you'll get it straight away. The Labrador Retriever, or maybe better known as Adorable Lab, comes in primarily 3 colours. What are those colours known as?
Yes.
What are those 3 colours? Three colours of the Labrador. Daniel Morgan, golden brown black, golden brown red, chocolate black yellow.
Daniel's right, didn't she?
We'll have a look now. I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm sure she is.
Right. It's golden lab yellow, chocolate lab brown, and black.
Yeah. So Daniel got golden, brown, and black.
Yeah. So who's won that?
You are?
Has Daniel won that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Golden, brown, and black. We would have accepted, yellow, chocolate, and black, so yes.
Okay, so here's one. No, only a quid.
Oh, unlucky Dan, love.
Oh. One more. Come on, we'll just do this last one.
Go on then.
Let's get out of the way. Easy one. A group of puppies is known as what? A group of
I was wondering then, what on earth is that? Though.
A group of puppies, what are they known as? Patsy Morgan a litter.
Well, I'm Pats.
She was quick, wasn't she? Good gosh.
She was.
John Bouncy litter. Yeah. Okay, Patsy, the last one of the evening. Let's hope. £10 on the little one, but nothing on the main ones.
So what was that? The card was a 10 now, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, unlucky, my lovely. Never mind.
No. So it's getting the odds down. We will win.
Oh, we honest to God, we'll get there one day, right? Sorry, I just read Mike's. Mike's. I can imagine him as well. Like I shouted at the phone. Yeah, it'll come one day. It won't be, I tell you what, I'm sure we buy these all the time. We don't do it big one day, and one of you are going to have a good bit of pocket money.
Yeah, just we don't know when.
No, it's a good bit of.
I may be.
Good bit of free fun, yeah. So the people take us on holiday and see,
hey, you can change your wallpaper again. You
never know. I don't think we're ever decorating this room ever again.
Oh, I know somebody that changes the wallpaper every year. Mental.
No chance.
Honest to God. Every year.
You know him as well, do you?
I don't do it, but I know somebody. Blinking hell. Do you know somebody who does that?
Yes.
Every year.
Well, I would, if I'm right, I won't say his name a minute until he'll admit it. But I think, there we are. But I thought it was less than a year. Michael's wife.
Is it? Good.
Yeah. But when Michael does it, he's a fantastic painter, decorator, and he put the floor down and everything. But he's done a fantastic job. I'll send you photos next week, right? But I'm sure she. We paint parts, but we don't do the wallpapers, do we?
Yeah. This woman, she got cats up, right? She changes that and puts other cats up.
It's always cat wallpaper.
Yeah. I don't know where she's finding it from.
Good golly.
I know, I think she's not quite with it. Always cats.
Yeah. Oh, do you know what? I'm not fussed on cats, me, see.
Well, I've got a cat.
I have never seen that with him.
Yeah, and I go Jack Russell, and they're always fighting. But when they go to sleep, they sleep with each other.
Good golly.
But in the day, they like running around like idiots. And the cat's chasing the dog.
Fighting the cat and dog, are they?
Yeah. But the Jack Russell's scared of the cat. He legs it. Oh. Funny that the Jack Russell, they're all up front, aren't they? But if somebody comes running at them, they scarper.
You are honest to God, he's terrified. No, to go for a walk with him, but yeah, it's scary, man. But at the end of the day, I've seen some people putting a muzzle on some jacks, right? But that's where they take them off the lead then. But I'm not too fond of this with people taking them off the lead, see, because my dogs can be nasty to other dogs, right?
Yeah.
If he's on the lead and another dog comes up to him and my dog was to bite that dog, it's not my dog's fault or not my fault, is it?
No. Thing is, it's a lot of people leave like Rottweilers and all that off the lead.
Oh, I don't like that myself, see, because, no.
And you've got little children running around the park, and you've got these idiots and leaving these big dogs off, and it's irresponsible. Apart from the poop is everywhere. It's like
I tell you what, right? We were much younger then. I got a little story. I heard John Bamsey's here. Well, what happened? Do you remember the old Monk View? Don't you?
Mm-hmm.
I went. I was afternoons, I think, right? So I went. I went to the Monk View. Got there. The boys were sitting by there, and I get a pint in, had a drink and having a smoke and that, right? And John Bamsey said to me, do us a favour. Go and get my fags through. He said, I'm in the toilet. Will you get my fags from in by the cloakroom by there? Because they had a little room just for you, courtside on the Monk View. Oh, yeah. All right, John. I said, no bother, mate. Up I goes, and I goes in there. And as I go in there, before I turn the light off, I could see his growling it. And his dog, I'm not joking, it was massive. And he put his paws on me. I nearly had a heart attack. Right? It was I think I'm right, John, by saying it was a pit bull, wasn't it? Oh, but again, John Bamsey's dog, it was bloody lovely, wasn't it? You brought it, it's how you bring the dog up,
Yeah.
But I tell you what, never be so scared in all my life with a dog, yeah. I opened the door like that, and there he was. I shit myself.
Oh yeah,
don't remember the Monk View over there, guy?
Yes, I remember it.
We were talking this week as well, right? About how they ruined Port Talbot and that. How easy it would have been to come past, let's say, Kenfig Industrial Estate round there, right, and gone up to the right slightly and gone over the motorway, gone up over the mountains there, right? Taru the pit bull, as he remembers, like. Yeah, they wouldn't have had to have touched Port Talbot town then, would they?
No.
Nothing at all. You just put that motorway right away, but I don't know, mate. They've ruined it.
It was done in Cardiff, wasn't it? All the people in Cardiff made the decision.
Well, of course, like always, you don't get, it's the decision wasn't made around here.
No. It's I don't know if it was a WDA or whatever in them days.
In them days, they were about in the 70s, weren't they? I don't know. You know, and recently now we've been seeing a lot of photographs of on the Magnum site. We've been seeing a lot of photographs of old Gross Village. You know. Hello.
Who's that? Ghost.
No, Patsy called me for something, I think. Oh, but there. All right, come here. Yeah. So, but you seeing them lately that of all the old photos of how it used to be everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic, you know. But then they've ruined all that. Just obviously, we'll never ever get that back, will we? But it was a beautiful place.
What about is the scare open now?
Now, right. Two things I want to say. I don't know what's the answer to that yet, right? But they doing they spending a lot of money on it, don't they? Anyway,
a hell of a lot of money. But I thought I seen your van in the car park the other day. Must be somebody else's.
You are?
I thought I seen your van in the car park.
No, that's what I was going to tell you. My van, right? The van I got, right? I like hen's teeth. They are rare as hell. Now, my mate said to me today, he said, was you having a meal in the scare yesterday? No, I said, wasn't me. But I noticed there was a car up by Wood Street area, round by there, same as mine.
Yeah.
And but I went past today now. I went past there today, and and it's exactly the same van as mine is in there.
I thought, good God, he's in there like a shot. What the heck? Yes.
Yes, Sonny, she did, love, trying to frighten me, love.
Oh, she's not frightening you again, is she?
No, she's not. But you know, she did have a little try. She whistling.
By that door now, is it black out there now for you?
Pardon?
Is it black in the French doors now?
It's like steel grey. Like that. Yeah, it's like steel grey. It is. So it's getting dusk and that. See, you are North Wales. They tripped in the prom for you. Just see, this is again by St. Joseph's Junior School. I take my granddaughter to school every morning. They've had a year off school, not far off, and in 2 months' time, 2 months' time, they're going to be off for 6 weeks. What do they decide to do now? Is dig up all the road with all. Remember the gas mains that we had done around here the other day?
Yeah,
they're doing that down there. There is absolute mayhem down there in the morning now. But why didn't they wait a couple of? They could have done another street. And then done that when the schools are on holiday,
Yeah, it don't make sense, does it?
Yeah, but there we are.
Yeah. And they've eventually finished that water park thing.
Where now?
On the beach there, down on the seafront. Where the old paddling pool used to be.
Oh, what have they done there then?
Oh, they've got some sprinklers up and a barrel thing that fills up with water, then tips over,
I see Richard Ibbot's going to open like a restaurant-y thing where Burger King used to be.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully that'll be good. But because they reckon it's what's his name? Franco, is it? That they got like a monopoly down there. But I just find them very expensive, I do.
Yeah. Everything's very expensive down there, isn't it?
Yeah.
The price of chips has shot up everywhere.
But how is that, Mike? How is that now, right? Because you can buy a £56 bag of potatoes for £6.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
And yet
oil hasn't gone up. Fish
no.
Chip oil, chip oil's the same price it's always been.
Always.
COVID tax, is it?
Here we are. COVID tax. Quite right. They missed out, see, all last time. And now well, you think, can you blame them? But then at the end of the day, you've got to be fair to the consumer as well, haven't you?
Yeah. Tell you what I've been having this week or last week is salmon spread sandwiches.
Now, I like the beef one, I must admit.
I haven't tried the beef, but I remember when I was a young lad, if we were going on a trip somewhere, my mother would make salmon spread.
Yeah.
So I'd be having in my sandwiches, salmon spread.
Well, I tell you what, right? My mother done that. I was going fishing, and my mother's made me some sandwiches. I guess down there, and I said, "Oh my God!" She said, "They were terrible." I phoned her up. I said, "What on earth are these?" It's a salmon spread. She said, "No, it was the crab paste." That's right, crab. You know, because you can get them crab paste. I said, "Where do you get them from? It's horrible." She said, "I bought them in a chemist."
Oh, John.
Not
bad for you. Not bad.
No, isn't
it? So, good ghost stories tonight, or what?
Yeah, I'm just going to pick them up to have a little reminder of what they are. Yeah, well, the first one to me is it's quite short but quite scary. The next one, I would say it's quite sad, and this lady who wrote it was, I've been through quite a lot, and the third one is quite long, but again, I do think it's quite scary. I know you don't like the football guy, but the that's a good one with the Welsh now. The Welsh team are in. That's not the final, Mike? Is it? They're in the final now with that, are they?
Who the heck is Forest Green?
There's well, obviously there's a team. I think that's the old Division 4, because Newport's been out of the divisions for ages. See, they got up now. And I think they've been promoted, so they'd be promoted to the old Division 3. That's what I think. I might be wrong.
So that's football, is that rugby?
Right, they're in the final. That's it, football. They're in the final. Swansea now are in the final. Swansea are also in the final, but that's to get into the Premiership. Hey, it was they reckon, Seaga, that is worth £127 million.
What?
Just to win that next one game for Swansea City.
That's how much it's worth?
Yeah.
Good God. No wonder they're trying so hard.
Oh, it's... but they are playing a team who beat them in the semi-finals last year.
Who's that then?
I think it's Brentford.
Brentford,
yeah.
Do they make carpets up in Brentford?
They do something, don't they? Like that. Yeah, I know what you mean. They do something like that, but so I don't know. Bedford, no, cars do Bedford, don't they?
I don't know. Not so much I know about it. I don't follow football.
Oh, look, at the end of the day, now I've stopped watching football, right? I watched one game this year, and it was absolutely shocking.
Good God.
Now, that's a good story, Gary, about Wrexham with Sonny saying. They've got American celebrity owners, believe it or not, and they're in the playoff as well, aren't they? Because what happened? They are now out of the 4 divisions, Wrexham. These 2 owners have bought them, and I think they will make the club quite big, actually.
Who are they then?
Who are they? I can't remember. I'm no good on celebrities, but Sonny will tell us now, or one of them will tell us who it is.
Yeah.
It's to go into League 1. So that's the old League 3. That's right. The old League 3. It's confusing.
Good God. It's very confusing. So, are you doing anything this week?
Ryan Reynolds. Have you heard of him, guy?
Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, not Ryan Reynolds.
Have you ever heard of him? I haven't.
No.
Oh, right.
Mrs. Reynolds' little boy.
Yes, man. No, I haven't heard of him. I haven't heard of him. What's that? The spoof advert? I know I haven't seen that yet.
No. Ryan Reynolds. Is he Burt Reynolds' son or something, is he?
Oh, they were in Deadpool. I've heard of that. I've never seen it, but he's in that.
Deadpool, what the hell is that?
I've seen it. I've heard about Deadpool, but I've never seen it.
Was this some sort of horror film or something, is it?
No, it's about a pool that's full of dead people.
Oh.
No, it's not. I just made that up.
I would have believed you, John. I would have believed you.
Rob, have you ever heard of this fella then? Rob McElhenney or something?
No, never heard of him either.
McElhenney. No, I never heard of him like that.
No. See, they're trying to make a name for themselves, they are, by buying Wrexham.
Well, I don't think they're that much of a celebrity, are they? For the sound of it.
Then again, Wrexham aren't that very good at football either, are they?
Well, no. They used to be tidy, mind.
Oh, he's Canadian, is he?
Right. See, wouldn't it be nice or something like that though, with if somebody like Anthony Hopkins put his money into Aberafan or something, and could have the best team in Wales by or something, you know?
Well, yeah, but it's down to the players at the end of the day, innit?
Yeah. Do you see it? I've got a big beef about that, like paying players and players from other areas and things like that, right? That used to be it. When I was like 14, 15, it used to be my dream, right, to play for Aberafan, basically. And then you go further from there, But like now, and it's been for a long, long time, it's basically what Aberafan used to be. It used to be the very best players that played in the Port Talbot area.
Yeah.
But it's been for a long, long time now. I'm not sure how many local boys would be playing in Aberafan now. You know what I mean? They get them from everywhere. But yeah, it used to be a long time ago. The very best players from Port Talbot were playing it. And I tell you what, if that was the case, I'm not sure now, right? But for years, Aberafan have had a brilliant team, really. I've had a real good team, and that's just local players. It's great. But money's come in and absolutely ruined everything. Do you know the steel company there? They were paying players. People would leave the club for £5 extra, right?
Mad.
No, me and Patsy saw that the other day, I think, didn't we? With Sandra Bullock.
Is that the one she's opens her legs under the table? Is that the one?
Good God Almighty, you can't say things like that.
Well, I didn't mention the actual what it was, but is that the one?
I don't know. You think he's
cute?
You are?
I mean, look, see? No, that must be another one.
That Basic Instinct, the one you were talking about.
I know.
You're talking about that was about 1973. That was, guy.
I got a good memory for things like that. Phew. Get me all hot and bothered by you.
Yeah.
John's rubbing it
I was going to be talking about Raquel Welch now in a minute.
I know. Is she still alive or what?
I think so.
What about Shirley Bassey? Is she still here?
She's still about, aye.
Good God.
Yeah. But the thing is, there's quite a few older ones there. There's like Shirley Bassey still about. Bill Anthony Hopkins a good age with him. He got with Tom Jones.
They're all in their 70s, They're all in their 70s, late 70s. Some of them are in the 80s.
Yes, aye.
I seen a bloke the other day. He was 94. Blinking heck. The place where I'm working now, they got two people here, and they're in the 75 upwards to 78. Still working.
Still working there?
Yeah, they're so good at what they do, they can't be replaced.
Well, Raquel Welch is 80, guy.
Good God.
Good God Almighty.
What about that Cher? Is it Cher? Yeah, she's old, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. I think she's in her 80s, but the boobs are 35.
Thing is, they're all fillers, aren't they?
Do, innit?
Good God.
Do you know what? Is her and that the model, what's her name? Harvey Price's mother, right? Do you know when they smile or frown, right? You can't see them. You can't see them frowning or smiling even.
It's all so tight, man.
Yeah.
Share 75, look. 75.
What? I'm trying to. Oh, yeah. Tom Jones is going to do a gig in real. I can't do that, right? You know, like they say, they do in all these gigs now to go and see. They go and see Tom Jones or go and see anyone. They take you to these places that are standing only, and these artists, right, are in their 80s. So they, in turn, I know they've got a lot of fans now, right, of all ages, especially with Tom Jones because of the voice and things like that. But you're also going to have 80-year-old fans.
Fans, yeah.
How are they expected to stand up for however many hours he's there, you know?
Well, they'd be in wheelchairs, I should imagine. A lot of them, innit? Really?
Well, yeah, that's what I'd have to do, I think. If I was going to see one of these shows, I'd take my wheelchair up as well. I'm going to give it 2 minutes now, and then I'm going to go to the little boys' room, Gareth, and then I'll be to do the ghost stories then, right?
All right.
But we'll give it 2 minutes now. But there is some weather we've been having now as well, isn't it?
Have you heard it? It's pouring down.
It's incredible.
Wednesday, we're going to have a heat wave, apparently. Well,
it is going to break. We're going to have some high pressure. That's what everybody's got to look for. And it'll block out the low pressure coming in. But there is a difference from last year, innit? Do you remember this time last year where I was out in a gazebo telling you how hot it was out there?
Yeah, boiling, wasn't it?
You know what, right? We hadn't bought the hot tub then, right? And I was boiling. Oh, come on, I can't wait. The week we bought that, started raining. It hasn't stopped yet.
I know, it's bonkers, isn't it? Absolutely pouring down. I can't get over it. But there we are. It keeps the dust down, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Can you imagine now? If we want for this rain, right, we'd be 3 inches thick in dust.
I know. Only thing, I've weeded the front twice.
Oh, I know. We grow in again. Oh, now then. My mate told me that he's got some fantastic weed killer this year. They can only use what they've been given.
Yeah.
And he's been given some real good stuff.
So when he got some, let me know.
I will.
Heat wave from Wednesday.
Oh, heat wave from Wednesday on. Right, that's all right.
Sky's confetti. So
there's some conversations going on by here, guy. They've lost me. Take it back. Take what back?
I don't know what the heck they're on about.
Good. They must be talking without that. Are they talking to George on his own by here? George got it somewhere talking to them.
I don't know where George has gone. He was here. He said hello, and then he went.
Asked me about fishing, and then he's gone. Then.
So that's the funny, but he's got to be in bed early, hasn't he?
Oh, of course he have. Yeah.
So,
he told. What's his name? Amelia told him.
Yeah, I think he stays with his grandmother or something. We can work out. He may go to bed early.
I don't think any amount of thinking about George will get to the bottom of his situation, you know.
Oh, what they're on about is take the hot tub back.
Oh no, certainly it's going to be like when the weather breaks now. We're going to have it. It's going to be beautiful there, right? The house will be done, so we can concentrate on the back, and the back only needs sort of tidying. I know the roof needs to be done on that gazebo thing, but you know the winds we've had, right?
Yeah.
The winds we've had, where you know, again, my mate Michael put this the gazebo up, and in fairness, it's my fault. I bought cheap. roof, and that's the only thing. It hasn't flown away, mind. It's just cracked because I bought cheap stuff. It's really stood up to this weather, and if it stood up to the weather in the last 12 months, right? It's gonna stand up to anything.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying. Like, don't put corrugated steel on there.
Why?
If a big wind comes along, it'll rip it up.
But there's corrugated plastic on it now.
Yeah, but the corrugated plastic can give way.
But what is happening? Oh, I see what you mean. So the box profile would be better then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but not the steel. Because if you get a strong wind, there's nowhere for the wind to go. It'll just lift your roof.
Right. Oh.
It might not.
No, well, but I've got to do something, Seagull, because the plastic is cracking in the middle. Not where the screws are and the thing. It's just cracking there because it was a cheap one. Perhaps I should get. I don't know what to do yet. Well, but we'll sort it out one way or the other.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking.
Right, let me go to the little boys who might be back now. Right.
All right. There we are. He's gone now to the little boys' room to do what little boys do, and he'll be doing the ghost stories now very soon. So anyway, I started another new job. I had 3 jobs last week. Couldn't believe it. 3 jobs. Went to Aston Martin on this, and you have to have that thing up the nose, that PME test thing. Oh, blinking heck, horrible. And he didn't tell me I had to have it. He said, "Oh, come in. You start now, but you've got to have a health and safety thing this morning now. Come in." Big long queue. I thought, where are they queuing for, And then the nurse comes up. Have you come for your test? I said, "What test?" "Oh, yeah, we've got to stick the thing up your nose." Oh, so there we are. Go and sit down. It must be that long. I can feel it coming out the back of my ear somewhere. I don't know what the hell is scraping, but unless I don't know if you've had it yet, it's bloody horrible. Right? But they didn't tell me till afterwards, but you can opt to have it scraped from the back of your throat, which I would have preferred, rather than a thing up my nose. Oh, freaking horrible. So when they say, "Do you want that thing, a PME test?" Have it from the back of the throat. You do gag, but when they stick it up your nose, oh, good God. I hated it, got to say. Won't like to have it again. I'm cracking up terrible again. Well, I don't know what the heck is happening here. Hold on a minute. Any better? It's the orb. No orb in here, I hope. My mother died in this room, see? Could well be an orb, yeah. It's better, is it? I think it's because it's 2 things, This thing there. As soon as I take John away, then it breaks down. There we are. He's back. Look. Right, John. Yeah. Are you ready to do the ghost stories?
I'm ready now. Am I all right there? I don't need to adjust my screen, do I?
No, you're looking fine.
Lovely. Right then. Good evening, everybody. This is the part of the show where we do ghost stories. Again, I got 3 stories, 2 very short ones and 1 quite long one. So the first one, I'm trying to think of a name for it. Well, I can't a minute. So basically, I can't see the name. I should have put a name for it. I haven't. So I'll just start as it's written. The scariest experience that I have personally ever had. I was probably around 14 years old, and my younger sister is 4.5 years younger than me. Her bedroom was at the very end of a hallway, so when her door was open at night, with all the lights in the house turned out, all you could see is pitch black darkness. This particular evening, she wanted me to sleep with her in her bed. She always slept with the door open, and I, being the scaredy cat that I was, had to have every door closed. It was late at night because we were playing board games, so everybody else in the house was sleeping. I tried talking to her into shutting the door because it was really bothering me. She insisted it stayed open. Her bed was positioned right in front of her door, so all I could focus on was the pitch black dark hallway. Little old 14-year-old me decided I would just scare her into closing the door, so I said, "Oh my God, Gabby, do you see that?" I had her attention now. At this point, we were both sitting in the bed, staring down the hall. Me, there's an old lady standing at the end of the hallway, covered in blood, carrying a child in her arms. Gabby, Abby, stop, please stop. Me, not stopping. Gabby, she's walking towards us. Gabby, in complete panic mode now. And I said, "She's getting closer." Gabby, I'm about to get my mummy. Abby, stop. Me, and I'm still not stopping. She's right in front of the door. She's about to come in. Now, I kid you not. As soon as those words came out of my mouth, her bedroom light switch flipped on by itself. It's never happened before, and it's never happened again after this incident. My sister jumped out of bed. She hauled her ass down to her parents' room and left me for dead. I was completely petrified. I threw the cover over my head and screamed until our parents got there. Needless to say, none of us slept in that room that night. There have been several other paranormal events that happened to us in our childhood, but this one was by far the scariest for me. It taught me a lesson, and that is for sure. Well, that was a little short one. Now this one is called Revenge. My ghost story happened last year when I was pregnant. I live in a haunted house. Sadly, a woman was murdered here in the early 90s by her husband. It was a gruesome murder, domestic violence turned murder. She's very protective of our family. My husband works a third shift. I was hearing noises, odd noises, that literally woke me up from a deep sleep. I checked on my children. They were fast asleep when I heard what sounded like somebody downstairs. Somebody had broken in downstairs, and I immediately thought, "Oh my God, I'm here alone with my children." I got to my phone to call 999 when I heard the most horrible, ear-piercing scream. It was a woman screaming. I was listening to the door downstairs to the bedroom when I heard a man say, "What the hell is that?" Another ear-piercing scream, and I hear them running out. Needless to say, something scared the living hell out of those thieves, and I'm positive it was her protecting us. When you lost one thing, and when the police came, I just reported that. So she seemed to be a very protective spirit. Obviously, I never told the police about that. I appreciate her for what she did, and have much respect for her. I have had other experiences in the house, and I even have a photograph of her I caught in my kitchen while everyone was outside. I relate to it because I too was a domestic violence survivor from years ago. I wonder what they saw, or if it was just her blood-curdling scream that scared them away. Now that surely them two men have their comeuppance there. Again, there's no title to this one. So this is quite a long one, so bear with it. I've had a few, call them paranormal if you like, experiences in my life that I've wondered about over the years. And this was one that shook me to my core. I used to paint murals on walls for extra spending cash. One time, years ago, a vicar of a church that had been rebuilt several times over the years due to severe weather and catastrophes asked me to do a mural in the Baptist part of the church. He had done a lot of work on the old church, but I later learned the original foundation was dated in the 1800s. This church was miles from town, down a very secluded gravel road. Needless to say, they didn't have a lot of regular attendance, but the vicar had high hopes to attract the congregation with the history and renovations he was doing, which included the mural I was doing. Well, I spent several weeks in the evening hours after my regular job working on the Baptist mural. When it was completed, the vicar was so pleased with it, he asked me to do another one in his office wall in the church's basement. I spent a few late nights working on the mural without any noteworthy events. The old church would make noises in the upstairs areas, and the basement during the night, which I heard, but just chalked it all up to being an old building settling, or the drafts in the old structure, and I was intent on my labours, and I disregarded it. Then, one night, I worked late on my day job, but was behind schedule and was determined to get the mural finished. So I posted up for an all-nighter with the church. Most of the night, I was intent on my work, and it was uneventful. Then, around 3 a.m., something happened that I will never forget. The pastor's office, the vicar's office, was in the basement, as I said before, and the basement was massive and actually seemed larger and deeper than the building itself, and was built from the original stones of the foundation. It was pitch black in the basement due to the fact that there were no windows in the stone walls. The only light was a single overhead light bulb with a pull string. Other than the dim light of the vicar's office and my work light. I turned the light bulb on a few times just to find my way down the stairs, and the basement was completely empty. It was damp, empty, stone room with just a floor drain at the center of the room. I was taking a break and drinking a little coffee and stretching as I walked out of the office into the dark basement. That's when it happened. I still can't really describe what I saw. How can you describe darkness moving in total darkness? A darkness darker than darkness around it. Yet, I saw it. I remember I thought, your eyes are strained from staring at that for so long, as I rubbed my eyes. Then, as I tried to focus, I saw it again. This time, the dark shape was heading straight for me. I felt the short hairs on my neck and my arms stand up like an electrical current. They actually startled me so badly because it moved so quickly and almost separated from the surrounding darkness that I stumbled backwards a step or two. Even now, relaying it, I can still feel that chill up my spine at the memory of it. Let me say this. I have lived in the city and I have lived in the country. I am well travelled. I have been in the darkest woods and the darkest alleyways, and felt eyes on me most of the time without reservation or fear of my safety. But I never felt bone-chilling terror like I did at this moment. You've heard of paralyzing fear. That's what this was. I couldn't move. The air in the basement was chilly due to the time of year it was, and yet I felt a hot breath on my face. I remember closing my eyes, telling myself that I was hallucinating. Then I opened my eyes, and I could almost see a tangible shape inches from my face in the darkness, and two tiny white reflections, like a pair of black eyes, were looking into mine. back then, I had a little bit of an ego and had seen too many movies. So he explained, "In the name of Jesus Christ, get thee behind me, Satan." That was a mistake. Either I wasn't nearly as pious as I thought, or the movies were a lie. The presence got closer in the warm air. Breath? It got hotter in my face, and a guttural voice slurred, "Who are you to challenge me?" That did it. Everything in my hands hit the floor, and I ran from that basement up them stairs, feeling the whole time that something was right behind me. I even recall the steps creaking behind me like there was a weight on them following me. I didn't stop until I was well outside the building. I'm not sure how long I stood there, trying to gather the courage to simply go back and lock the doors of the church, feeling terrified and a little vulnerable. I left all my equipment and all the lights on in the church. I called the vicar the next day and told him I would come back sometime during the day to finish, and apologise for leaving the church in disarray due to having to leave in a hurry. I never went back to that church at the night time. And I also had somebody with me every time I went back until I finished the mural. I never told anyone associated with the church what happened. Then, one day, years later, I was talking to a nun about what happened to me that night. After finishing my tale, I paused, waiting for a response. And she just sat there a moment, being thoughtful. And then she smiled, simply smiled, and said, "There's no better place for evil to hide than in a church." That's your stories for tonight.
Scary, John.
That last one, Gar, was that last one was a bit scary.
Well, the back of my neck, the hairs are standing up.
Yes, I read that earlier on, and I thought that's the one for. And I didn't even intentionally. That was the second one I received, but I put it on last for a reason. You know, there was this. See, I like to read which ones I have. I know the ones, you know, like this domestic violence is a terrible, terrible thing, but it's pointless pretending it's not out there, you know. So I just, when I received that one, I thought, right, I'm going to read that, you know. And again, the first one wasn't all that scary with the two little girls, because they sort of brought it on themselves. Anything could have happened there. But the last one, it did scare me a bit, that one, you know.
Yeah, I still get the shivers.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
Does that go on again? Is there a part 2 of that one, or what? Do you know?
I don't think so, because right. By the sound of it, I was looking. I thought that myself, but he finished the mural, and I don't think he's going back, Edgar.
No,
you know, and like I said, but that was the when that nun told him as well that we're better for evil to hide than inside the church. I thought that was quite scary. It's quite a scary sentence, you know.
It is, isn't it? Oh God.
Yeah.
Looking scary.
Yeah.
So you're going to finish your tea now, John, are you?
Pardon?
You're going to finish your tea now.
Oh, do you know what?
Because you said earlier.
Oh, I was talking to you earlier when yes, I'm going to have finish my tea now. It's a bit late now, but no matter. I'll have it by now. I can do the bins then, and I'm going to listen to our news on the radio. He's like, he does an unexplained show. It can be about big cats, sometimes UFOs, sometimes ghosts another time. So I'm going to see what he's going to have a chat about today.
So what channels are on them?
He's on Talk Radio, that is. Every our news on at 10 o'clock he is but see, for the first half hour he does like news things. So he talks about some good things sometimes, but on the other hand, sometimes like he'll have an interview with Uri Geller or that David Icke fella, but you know, he turned it off then, don't you?
Yeah.
But I say now, do you know that David Icke? know what he was talking about? He was ridiculed, right, in the 1980s. Remember on Terry Wogan's show?
Yeah.
And what he was saying is coming true today.
That's right, yeah.
Honest to God. Oh, I don't know, John. I tell you what, mate. I got Alexa, right? And I would say to Alexa, play talk radio. I'm sorry, mate. I don't know what frequency it is. That's that's what I do. I go to Alexa and I say play talk radio.
Yeah. I'm sure probably if you go onto Google and say exactly the same thing, it'll find the channel for you.
Of course it will. Yeah, of course it will. You can even download the app to go to your phone as well.
Yeah. There we are. Well, I'm going to have some more salmon sandwiches.
Oh, there you are. Treat yourself, see, boy.
I'm enjoying myself now. And then we'll see what happens throughout the week.
Yes, indeed.
We'll catch up with you next week, everybody.
Have a good week, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll have a chat next Sunday.
Yeah, and we'll have more ghost stories.
Indeed, we will.
Good night to you.
I'll talk to you in a week, mate, right?
Okay, bye, John.